Hey everyone, welcome back to Taxi Talks. Today I'm sharing some of the weirdest, funniest, and most unexpected questions I have been asked by passengers over the years. Trust me, being a taxi driver means encountering all kinds of people, and some of their questions are, well, let's just say they keeping things interesting. So sit back and enjoy these bizarre moments from the driver's seat. Let's kick things off with one of the strongest questions I have ever heard. One evening I picked up a guy who seemed perfectly normal at first. We were about 10 minutes into the ride when he suddenly asked, "Do you think aliens have ever been in this city?" I wasn't sure if he was joking or serious. So I just said, if they have, they probably took one look at traffic and left. He laughed and said, "Good point." I still think about that question every time I pass that spot where he asked it. Next, let's talk about a question I get more often than you might think. How much do you make as a taxi driver? It's always awkward when passenger suddenly turns into my financial advisor. I usually dodge the question with humor, saying enough to pay my bills and keep this car running. It's funny how some people think it's okay to ask that, like we are old friends catching up. One of my most bizarre rides was when a passenger, completely serious, asked, "Can we stop for ice cream on the way?" I mean, sure, it's not the weirdest thing to ask, but it was 8 in the morning. Turns out she was celebrating a personal victory and ice cream was her treat of choice. So we made a quick pit stop. It's those unexpected requests that make this job unique. And yes, I did get myself a cone. So here is one of that caught me off guard. What do you think is the meaning of life? This question came from a young guy who had just had a bad day at work. For a moment, I was speechless. I said, "Well, if you are asking me, I'd say it's to live every day like it's your next big adventure." He nodded, and we both fell into this reflective silence. Sometimes these deep conversations come out of nowhere. Here is one for the books. A passenger once asked, "Is your car haunted?" I was confused until he explained that he felt a chill when he got in. I reassured him that the only spirit in the car were the ghosts of lost GPS signals. We laughed, but he still looked suspicious for the rest of the ride. That was the first and only time anyone ever asked if my car came with its own ghost. And finally, the question that made me laugh out loud. What's your favorite dinosaur? I was driving a group of college students after a party, and one of them was convinced I had the answer. Without missing a beat, I said T-Rex, because it has a short arms but a big personality. Kind of like me when I'm reaching for my phone on the passenger seat. They all cracked up and we ended the ride on a high note. So those are just a few of the weirdest questions I have been asked by passengers. Being a taxi driver means you never know what kind of conversation you are going to have next. And that's what makes it all worth it. If you liked this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Taxi Talk for more stories from the road. And tell me in the comments what's the strangest question you have been asked or would ask a driver. Until next time, stay curious and keep rolling.